Hey everybody, it's Tuesdays with Kyle on AmbiguiT, and this week we are talking about testosterone. Is it covered by insurance? Myths? Can it make you sick? Other things like that. So I'm going to take more of a vocalist's spin on this subject and talk to you about how testosterone affects the voice and things like that. But first off, some insurances do cover it. That completely depends on your policy and what state you live in. That can also make a difference. I'll find out in 2 weeks if mine is covered or not. That's when I start testosterone, potentially on the 13th or shortly after that. So I'll give you all an update on that as that progresses. Other questions were geared towards, can it make you sick? Can you be allergic to it? That type of thing. I know that there is some risk of you being allergic to the substance that they put it in. I don't think that there's any risk, at least not to my knowledge, of you being allergic to the actual testosterone, but the substance that they put it in. So they put it in sesame seed oil, other oils that are thicker, that you shouldn't be allergic to, but then again, like a lot of people are allergic to different things that they put in those oils. So a lot of endocrinologists make you sit there during your first appointment and they give you the shot, or they watch you give yourself the shot, and then you wait a specific amount of time, and then, they say, okay, you're not going to have an allergic reaction, see you later. That's as far as allergic reaction goes to it. I think it's pretty hard to be allergic to the actual testosterone. I'm not even sure if it's possible to be allergic to the actual testosterone, but I really don't know. I haven't researched that part of it. But I am allergic to like almost everything, so I guess in 2 weeks I'll update you on that too. Other things, let's see. There are lots of general myths that testosterone is terrible for you, it can kill you, it can give you cancer, and yada yada yada. And basically, those things are all brought up to everybody because that is the general male risk. You're more apt to certain, like high cholesterol, things like that, that men usually don't live as long. But those are all general things that men have to deal with anyway. And so they're just bringing you up with those concerns, saying that, these are the health risks, the increase of a heart attack, that all comes with testosterone. But that's also just because you are transitioning to be male. So that comes with being a male. Like when males are born, they have that risk thrust upon them anyway. So it's more of just those general risks. Some people blow it out of proportion. Some people freak out about it. But it's not, at least for me, it's not something that I'm too concerned with because, I already have health risks anyway. And for me, like, testosterone, the goods outweigh that possibility that anything like that could happen. So, but that's up to everybody's personal choice. So now testosterone and the voice, that's what my main focus is for this video. I am going to start testosterone in a couple of weeks, and I've waited 4 years because I was too terrified that it would ruin my voice completely. So I've gathered information for the past 4 years. Sorry, I was signing to somebody outside. Anyways, and I've researched people who have gone through transition and how their voice was affected, both speaking and not speaking. And I also have researched boys going through puberty and how their voice is affected, and also women going through menopause, because all three of these things factor into the voice. So what happens is you go through an accelerated male puberty, which stretches your vocal folds out, makes them longer, makes them thicker, and it also drops your larynx, which is your Adam's apple, which women have Adam's apples. They're just like up here. So that's where mine is. But those will drop, all move down. And a lot of people think that that'll ruin your voice, whatever, which is a risk, but it's not actually completely true. 99 times out of 100, I would say if you transition the normal path, is there a normal path? The usually traveled path, then you will not ruin your vocal folds. So what happens with menopause is that you are doing that at the exact same time. And menopause is the thing that affects your voice more than testosterone does. I mean, testosterone obviously lowers your voice, but menopause is the thing that makes your vocal folds rough around the edges. And that, when they are coming, so these are your vocal folds, when they come together and vibrate, if they are uneven, they don't vibrate as cleanly together. And then that's what causes like a little bit raspier sound when you're singing, sustaining notes, things like that. If you transition too quickly, you know, if you go on like an accelerated dose because you want to transition really quickly physically, just know that your voice might end up turning out a little bit more raspy. You still shouldn't lose your voice completely, but your singing voice may take a long time to come back. But advice to get through that is just keep singing, keep speaking. Don't try to speak too much. Like if your voice is tired, give it a rest. You know, let it hang out and do its thing. So those are the myths that I know most about, the problems that I know most about, and those are my solutions. If you have any other questions, especially dealing with voice, I have done a lot of personal research. I have a lot of documentation about it all. And if you would like that, I am fine passing on the information that I know. You can hit me up on Tumblr, on Instagram. Well, you can just follow me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on my personal YouTube channel, and I will link all those below. And as always, leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to AmbiguiT because they're awesome. Also, shout out to Case real quick because I'm, you know, wearing a bow tie, sporting it for you, boo. So, alright, I better see that Kool-Aid shirt next time. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later next Tuesday. See ya.